Hello everyone, T-Rexatron here, and we are back with another part of Spongebob with the Cosmic Shake. Now, previously we have gone into some Halloween version of, Rock Bottom, but I don't know where we're gonna go next here. So let's get on the seahorse, just go to our destination, and let's go on and let's get back on the horse and let's go on and see what's new here. To be honest, I feel like I should probably just quit while I'm ahead right now, considering how much progress I made now that I'm completing. I know there's tedious side quests to do, and I don't really have the time and effort to put those in. But you guys should let me know whether or not, I should 100% this game before I complete it.
Great! Now my whole rock is covered in snail slime! I just had it cleaned when I moved in, too! Huh?
I know it's a very challenging situation. But could you stop yammering? I'm trying to concentrate! That was sheer luck. Speaking of which, good news! I found that squiddy neighbor of yours. Just give me more jelly, and your new cosmic costume will get you to him.
Maybe I'll just stay here and nap under my rock.
Oh, sorry, Patrick. Balloons and heavy rocks don't go well together. Besides, we have to save Squidward.
Fine. Well, Squidward owes me a nap when we find him.
Nah, I look like I'm from the Stone Age.
yeah, like some idiot who lives
Okay,
under a rock.
judging by the outfit we have right now, we're obviously gonna go into before comedy. And, that's kind of gonna be a little bit of a hassle, considering.
Sometimes I feel like someone's controlling me.
Whoa.
We wouldn't even be able to have electronics or stuff like that.
Hold tight, Squidward. Your two favorite people in the world are coming to rescue you.
And it's going to be much of a problem, considering that this is the problem right here. He's not wearing underwear, so we're basically just looking straight up at... I'm not gonna say it, but,
Petgar, Manaka.
Spongegar! No blah blah?
Rogue!
Okay, bad news. Spongebob and Patrick forgot English, if they haven't already. Good news, I won't have to worry about talking over, considering that there's no conversation or actual cutscene going on. I'm just talk freely now. So, we're gonna be doing more than just having a little bit talking about the gameplay here. Why don't we instead talk about, the one person we're trying to rescue here, and I believe it has to be Squidward. Now, Squidward, I have to say that we have to feel bad for him. Because obviously we all know that sometimes when we're kids, now you know what, I'm just gonna talk over here. They're not speaking English, so I don't have to worry. And yes, I am right, we are saving Squidward. But the thing is, with Squidward, we all think that when we're kids, we all grow up to be like SpongeBob, but actually some of us would actually grow up to be Squidward, considering that we may not have accomplished some of our dreams, or that we're just basically working in a place where, we have people who act like some Karen or something in our lives, and they piss us off considering that they don't know what we're going through, unlike what they do. But that's besides the point. Anyway, the real problem with Squidward here, I'd say that he obviously doesn't have anything to live for most of the time. I mean, no matter what he does, he just always has to feel so depreciated for every single thing. And yet, whenever he works hard for it, he can never be able to get the picture at hand. And by that, I mean you can never be able to actually be noticed for it. I mean, there are a few episodes where there was a whole role reversal between him and Spongebob, and I think I have to name a few. First of which, the Employee of the Month episode. You obviously know that Spongebob goes Employee of the Month for over like 2 years, but the thing is, if Mr. Krabs never opened his yap about, some changes, quote unquote, he obviously wouldn't have actually gotten his restaurant destroyed. So most of it, I think it would be his fault. But you also have to feel bad for Squidward here. He does his best. I know he's not really much of a fry cook like SpongeBob is, but that's only because he's just trying. And the hard fact of it is, you can't be able to actually, you can't actually have both of them winning at the same time, with one having to suffer all the consequences. Which is mainly why another episode like, Fresh, whatever, Squidward, I don't know. That one episode where he got electrocuted from his new electric fence to give SpongeBob and Patrick out, but instead he shocks himself in becoming more friendly. But SpongeBob doesn't like this, considering he's supposed to be the only yandere, whatever. And so forth, I'd say that he has honestly no other reason but just to yell at Squidward just for having a good time and actually being like him. When yet he's obviously more of a hypocrite just to yell at Squidward for actually getting along with him for once and actually being friends. But, that actually has to have a little bit of honor to it, considering now that SpongeBob sees what Squidward sees whenever he's bothering Squidward. And, I say it's well deserved. Though the only downside to most of it is, oh my god, the only downside to everything having to follow in a circle or balance whatever, there always has to be one person who's upset all the time and one person who is happy all the time. Or they have to be switched out. So that's the main deal. Why can't they both be happy and upset at the same time, instead of just, one or the other having to deal with another one's annoying acts? But that's not all I'm gonna say about Squidward. There is one more thing though. Every single time that he always has to deal with SpongeBob and Patrick's shenanigans, it always comes out of his cost. Even though some of the things he has done, they were pretty much karma to him. I mean, did you remember that one episode where they bought Mr. Krabs a new mattress, but Squidward just took all the credit and hauled the old mattress filled with money, which obviously Mr. Krabs could have kept in a savings account. He hauled it all the way to the top, and without even consoling him. But, it is a little bit of karma just to take credit for someone's work, but it's also not necessarily supposed to happen unless he wouldn't have known that Mr. Krabs was hurting his own back on top of his money. I mean, yeah, firstly, Mr. Krabs obviously needs therapy from all that crap. But also, yeah. So yeah, Squidward has it the most hardest out of every single SpongeBob character here. And SpongeBob and Patrick, or no one else like Sandy or Mrs. Puff, can actually understand it. Well, despite Mrs. Puff here, she shares the same sorry fate as Squidward does. Only because that she can't keep affording to go to the hospital and just be deflated, or she can always have the rest assured that the police aren't after her, even though she may or may not have a criminal record. If you remember that one episode where she says no, not again, meaning that she has done all this kind of stuff before, she did go to a new boarding school and she changed her name. So I don't know what her first name is, unlike Eugene Krabs. It would still actually be a lot more interesting if we get some lore between her. Or at least Pearl, because Pearl is only a daughter of Mr. Krabs without a mother. Had Mr. Krabs accidentally, you know, whaled some... No, not whaled. I don't know the verb. I don't know the verb for harpooning whales, so you can just put it in the chat, let me know. Anyway, the main issue, they don't actually explain any other person's story. They explain SpongeBob's story about being a fry cook and stuff like that, over, you know, over exaggerating on most of the things. Patrick, he doesn't actually have a brain, so I don't want to know what his story is about why he's so retarded. And he doesn't even apologize for most of the stuff he does, considering that he thinks he can get away with anything, although you can clearly understand the main problem, that is why he always does it, even though it's going to come out of someone else's pocket, or someone else's, you know, someone else's issues. And you obviously can't be able to let that, you cannot, sorry, it's hard to talk right now. I'm just right now spitting facts about but most of the main issues can't describe how much anger I have towards it. Especially when it comes to certain things. Such as, you know, the one episode where he obviously gets SpongeBob in trouble in bonus school, even though he doesn't even apologize for it until the end where he has to save Meg's life. I mean, how would he feel if someone actually bullied him and he wouldn't be able to do anything about it? Would someone actually care that he was being insulted, or hurted, or bothered? No. You wanna know why? They don't care about him. I mean, SpongeBob is the only one who cares about him because he's a good person. And the thing is, you can't actually be able to live off of having a friend, knowing that they're the ones who always, you know, mooches off of you, or something like that. I have something that you need, and you just devote your life to basically being, they devote your life being, you know, a nuisance. That's what I'm gonna say, a nuisance. They're a nuisance to you, considering that they're not going to actually be your friend, but they use you. They sure as hell use you all the time, considering how much you go through, how much pain you have to deal with. And boy, that does not even sound right as a friend. If they actually made more episodes of SpongeBob where they show Patrick being not just dumb, but purposely thinking that he has a right mind, then you obviously know that things are not going to work out after how you see him in the past, leading up to the future. He even put his own friend's life at risk when he was just going on fish hooks and riding them like a stupid kiddie ride. Would you do that if you had a friend like that? Or would you just do something else like smack the sense into them and just save them from actually turning into a tornado? Purposely for me, I'd say you have to at least know who your friends are after you get to know them better. And now that I'm done talking all about that, I can finally see this creature from that BC episode, which doesn't have a name. Though I don't know what its name was, considering they never explained it. So why don't we just go in here and... Oh, it's a... Dorudon? Dorudon? Sorry, I couldn't see that. I didn't have my glasses on. But Dorudon, that is just like a Pokemon name that's been rejected. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue here, collect some jellyfish here, and try to wake them up. Now, I'd say there's one more thing I would like to talk about since I'm going to be, making this a two-parter. The other thing I'd like to mention here, it's probably the most, will probably be the most unnecessary thing to mention, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I am going to make another Pokemon Nuzlocke. I mean, only because I just needed a little bit of redemption. Since most of you did see my previous Nuzlocke, so it wasn't really much as a success as the Platinum one. I'll still do it for you guys, although you probably may or may not see it, considering if you guys preferred me to do it live streaming on Twitch, or you prefer to actually see it on the channel. But I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. I'm going to have it so I'm going to be having a randomized Nuzlocke, and it'll be set Heart Gold, Soul Silver, whatever. It ain't gonna be a Soul Link like Jacob and Jaden. It's supposed to be a real one. So, whatever I end up with, it has to be my team, and it has to be at least good. Because who knows? I could be fighting against the champion Lance, and he might be able to pull out a level 60, something like a level 60 plus or minus. But that's all I know. Unless you guys want me to do something differently. What would you guys prefer? A randomized Nuzlocke for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or a randomized Nuzlocke for Pokemon Leaf Green or Fire Red? Because if I do Johto, I'll just do Heart Gold. If I do Kanto, I'll just do Leaf Green. Only to mention those, I'm only just trying to state that I need to make it new, so I can actually be able to do at least... I could at least get 3 out of 4 of my Pokemon Nuzlocke games as a win, because I know I messed up on one of them. I need to fix it by starting a new one, and hopefully I can be able to at least get a solid 75. But that's all I'm gonna say. You guys pick in the comments. I know I'm not gonna make it any easier for you guys just to vote, but I hope you guys are able to choose. Otherwise, I'll just have to myself. And probably none of you guys don't want to actually do a whole summer of me playing with us like that. So, I think I'm also going to do another playthrough during the summer. That's probably going to be a randomized choice, depending on what I'm in the mood for. Wait, so how do I... Oh, I see the rock now. Okay. Okay, so as soon as I get up there, I'm gonna end off here, and I will let you guys know when I'm gonna do another part. Not for the next part, but the part after that, I promise you. I just want you guys to know that I may have a hard time a lot, but that's only because I am trying to make this as good as it gets for you guys. And I really appreciate you guys also watching my videos and subscribing. As you may know that I'm almost close to 100, and I want to give you guys something back. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part.